A new prosecutor is now leading St. Louis County for the first time in nearly 30 years.
Of the Office of Prosecuting Attorney of St. Louis County, Missouri.
Wesley Bell took his oath of office today in Clayton. He defeated Bob McCullough in the August primary. News 4's Lauren Traeger talked with Bell about his plans for the prosecutor's office.
I'm excited.
Wesley Bell has big plans.
It's time for St. Louis to get ahead of the curve and get involved and start investing in these programs, investing in our own citizenry.
The son of a police officer, a former Ferguson council member, municipal prosecutor, and judge, Bell was elected on a platform of reform. His goals to focus on public safety, but reverse crime trends, in part through programs like diversion.
For those low-level nonviolent offenders, we want to give them those tools so that they don't progress to the violent crimes. And then also, first priority is to expand our victim services programs.
Bell's already announced staffing changes. Former Missouri Supreme Court Justice Michael Wolf and former North County Police Cooperative Chief Tim Swope.
Do you have any concerns about his previous employment?
No, I don't. Not at all.
Swope resigned from the co-op in September after he'd been suspended.
And it's very rare that you find someone who has worked in every level of law enforcement, but also understands the political side of what we're about to encounter. And so, in some ways, he's a unicorn, and in addition to that, a friend.
In December, the St. Louis County prosecutors voted to join the St. Louis City Police Officers Union. Bell says while he supports unions, the move raised concern.
There are some concerns with not only real conflicts, but the perception, the optics. As prosecutors, we are checks on law enforcement. And so there needs to be independence there.
But he says he believes most staff members will get on board.
Nothing will get in the way of us implementing the changes and reforms that St. Louis County residents voted for.
Big tests may be just around the corner. For example, the trial for the man accused of killing St. Louis County police officer Blake Snyder is scheduled to start in about 4 weeks.
My thoughts and prayers are with that family. But you know, this is the tough part of this job, and we're going to make sure that our victims and our victims' families are dealt with respect and dignity, and that they are kept abreast of everything that we're doing.
Bell's predecessor, Bob McCullough, indicated the death penalty would be appropriate for the man accused of a horrific attack at the Catholic supply store. Bell campaigned on the promise he would never seek the death penalty.
Do you stand by that promise? Will you never seek the death penalty?
I have no intentions of asking for the death penalty. However, you know, one thing I've learned in law school is that you never want to say never, and it is a case-by-case situation, but I don't intend to seek the death penalty. Those who, you know, we will make sure that those individuals never see the light of day, and there's no possibility of parole, and that's, you know, and that's what I've been consistent on with respect to my stance.
Bell is making history, the county's first African-American prosecutor.
It's an honor to serve in this role, and so yeah, it's not lost on me being the first of anything, particularly the first African-American prosecutor. There's so many people who've come up to me, and it probably didn't hit me initially that it matters to people, and I'm proud of that.
Pledging to make big changes, the voters, he says, are asking for a movement.
I didn't start it, I'm joining it.
Some people have wondered if Bell would reopen the investigation into the death of Michael Brown in Ferguson. His office tells us it's premature to say anything about that right now. Currently, there are about a half a dozen death penalty cases already pending in the office. Bell says they will review all the cases open, including those. The prosecutor looking forward to working with the community in this new role. I'm Lauren Traeger, News 4.